In this video, I'll be sharing with you a requested tutorial on how to cut this stylish inbuilt bustier or Victorian corset dress, tube dress. So if this is something you like, kindly hit on the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. So let's dive right into today's video. So to start, here is my pattern, and we're going to work for the upper part of this dress first, which is the inbuilt part of this dress. Now you need your shoulder to bust, under bust, waist, and then you need your blouse length, which is about 5 inches after your waistline for an inbuilt dress. Now I'll mark my shoulder divided by 2, come down by 1 inch. Now here I'll mark a basic neckline of 3 inches, and from that 1 inch I have there, I'm going to place my ruler and I'll go ahead to connect. Now after I'm done connecting, I'll find my chest line, which is my bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches, and I'll go ahead to draw a straight line. I'll place my tape again and I'll mark. From this point, I'm going to go ahead to place my ruler. I'll draw a straight line connecting. Now I'm going to divide what I have here into 2. Come out by ½ inch. Here I'll mark my bust circumference divided by 4, and I will mark. From this point now, I'm going to go ahead to connect to this ½ inch I have at the armhole and to the upper part of my pattern. Now the next step I'm going to take is to mark my dart. I'm going to mark my nipple to nipple divided by 2. My nipple to nipple is 7 inches divided by 2. I'm going to mark 3.5 starting from the bust, under bust, waist and blouse length, and I'll place my ruler to connect. Now after I'm done connecting, the next step I'm going to take is to go ahead to divide from my basic neckline of 3 inches to the shoulder point, and I'll mark. Now from that line, I'll go ahead to connect this all the way up. After I'm done connecting, I'm going to be marking my dart intake of 1 inch on both sides. Now if you're plus size, please go ahead to use 1.5 inches on both sides. So if you're plus size, use 1.5 inches on both sides of your pattern. Go ahead to place your ruler and go ahead to connect it. So now I'm going to come down by 1 inch here, and I'm going to place my curved drew and connect. Then I'll go ahead to connect at the other side of my pattern. Now after I'm done connecting, I'm going to go ahead to outline this part. This is just to make this part of my pattern more visible for you to see. Now after connecting, the next step I'm going to take is to determine where you want this to start. You can measure from your chest line or place your tape at the neckline and mark. So if I'm marking from the neckline, I'll be using 6 inches from my shoulder point, or you can come up by 2 inches. But if you're a busty person and you want to come up by from your chest line, please go ahead to use 2 inches or 2.5. Now I'll mark. I'll draw a line at that 2 inches that I have, which I'll be using to draw out the neckline because the neckline is on a straight line. So now for my dart, I'm taking 0.75. This is due to I don't want much gaping on my pattern, right? And I'll go ahead to connect this all the way down and connect on the other side. Now if you're a bit busty, you should use at least 1.25 inches here. Normally my normal dart is 1 inch, and for a plus size is 1.5 on both sides, but for this I don't want to have much gaping because of the neckline we have there. So I'll start marking my measurements. I'll mark my bust circumference divided by 4. That is on the chest line area, or you can mark it on the bust and add my sewing allowance. So I forgot to replace the dart, which I'll do later. Here I'll mark my under bust circumference divided by 4, measure this dart intake, replace, and I'll add a sewing allowance. Now going to the waist, my waist is 28 and I want to take out 2 inches from it. That 28, I'll minus 2 inches from it, giving me 26. I'll now divide that 26, which is my new waistline, by 4 and mark. It's 26 divided by 4. I marked, then measured that intake, which is 2 inches, replaced and added ½ inch. Now you can use any sewing allowance of your choice, right? Here I marked my hip circumference divided by 4, and I will mark. I'll go ahead to measure the dart intake here and also mark, then add a sewing allowance. You can use any sewing allowance of your choice. So after I was done connecting, I had to replace the dart, which I did not do at the bust area of this dress. After I was done outlining, I went ahead to use my marker to outline it to make it more visible for you to see. Now you notice the neckline of this dress is actually straight, and towards the armhole is not curvy or having that armhole curve, right? So we are still going to do that at that point. So now remember, I didn't take my dart intake. For the dart intake, I will take the one at the over bust that will replace, because I don't want to have gaping by the side of this dress. I don't want to have an excess allowance by the side that will not match what I have at the back pattern of my dress, right? So that's why I picked the dart on the chest line. So from here I came up by ½ inch. I went up by ½ inch at the armhole of this dress, and from here I'll go ahead to reconnect this way. So if you notice, it is not slanted, it's not having a curvy part at the armhole, because that is how this dress is. If you look at it closely at the thumbnail. So now to tighten my waist a bit, I will go in by 0.3 here. Now this is not a must. You can leave your pattern this way, or you can do this, right? This will just give you a slightly more snatched effect at the waistline of your dress. So just like I said, if you don't want to do this, it's okay. You can just leave your pattern just the way you cut it out. From that 0.3, I extended it down and took it up. Made sure it did not cross the under bust. So after marking this, I want to mark my bust dart. To get your bust dart is the difference between your shoulder to waist in front and your shoulder to waist at the back. My shoulder to waist in front is 17 inches, while my shoulder to waist at the back is 15.5. So you have to get someone to measure that for you. So now deduct your shoulder to waist at the back from that of the front. So if I do that, 15.5, if I take it out from 17, I have 1.5. That is how I got my bust dart. So by the side of my dress, you can go up by 1.5, 2 inches or 2.5. Now I'll place my ruler and I'll go ahead to connect. So after I'm done connecting at this point, this is what I have, and I'm going to go ahead to cut out my pattern. Now after I'm done cutting out my pattern, we'll go ahead to draft out the back pattern. So now if you notice, the neckline area is a bit straight towards this side. That is how it looks on the actual pattern, right? It did not give that armhole curve going towards that part. So just blend in your dart and make sure that your under bust matches with your bust. And I'll go ahead to cut out the rest of my pattern. So you can leave your pattern this way, or you can go ahead to trim this off. This is not really compulsory, so you can just leave it the way it was. Now after cutting this, we are cutting out the back pattern. Now for this back pattern, I've gone ahead to mark my shoulder to bust, shoulder to waist, and from the waistline I added additional 5 inches, just like we did for that of the front pattern, right? Now for this dress, we'll be focusing more on the chest line area to the lower part, because it's a tube dress. Now I'll start by marking my nipple to nipple divided by 2, which will give me 3.5 inches, because my nipple to nipple is 7 inches, which I'll go ahead to mark out a straight line. Now after I'm done marking that, I'll proceed to mark my dart intake of ½ inch on both sides. I'll come down by 1 inch, and on both sides I'll go ahead to mark ½ inch, and I'll connect and also connect at the other side. I'll go ahead to extend this to the lower part and also mark this here. Now after I'm done marking, I'm going to insert my measurement, which is my bust circumference divided by 4, and add your sewing allowance of your choice. Mark your waist circumference. That waist circumference we used for the front that we deducted 2 inches, mark it. Then mark your dart intake that you took out and add your sewing allowance. So here I'll mark my hip circumference divided by 4. After marking that, I'll go ahead to add my sewing allowance. Now go ahead to place your ruler, and you're going to connect this from this point all the way to the lower part of your pattern. So we are almost done with that of the upper part, and I'll go ahead to outline. Now, after I'm done outlining, I'm going to go ahead to come down by ½ inch from my chest line. Now, I'll still come up by ½ inch at the armhole part of this pattern, just like we did for the front, and I will reconnect. Now, why I went down by ½ inch for the center part towards the lacing is so that my lacing bar won't be popping up when I'm working on the dress. So go up again by the side. If you're using 1.52 inches, go ahead to mark that. Now I'll just go ahead to reconnect it this way. I like my back pattern a bit short so that it will be easier for you to sit properly or enable you sit very well. Now, after I'm done marking this, you want to go ahead to mark your lacing. I'm using about 2 inches for the lacing part of this dress, and I'll go ahead to place my ruler and I'm going to draw a straight line. Now, I will just make a dot to indicate that we have a lacing here, and I'll cut it out. That is, after I'm done cutting out, we are done with the back pattern. You can go ahead to cut out a modesty panel to replace it at the back so that the back part of your dress won't be that open. So after this, I'm going to go ahead to cut out the dart, and this is what I have for the back. Marking your skirt, you're going to measure from your waist to the full length of your skirt. So I'll be using this pattern paper for my skirt, and I'll add the complete measurements when I'm drafting and when I'm transferring my measurements. So I'll mark my waist, and for my waistline I'll mark 7 inches for my hip point. Let's say if you're a taller person, you should consider using 8 inches for your waist, for your hip line, sorry. From the waist again, I'll place my tape and I'm going to measure my waist to knee point, and I will mark. You need that because you want to make your skirt a fitted pattern. So I'll mark. From my knee line, I'm going to go ahead to come up by 2 inches. And I will go ahead to draw out a straight line on that part. So this is where my fitted skirt effect is going to start. This is for the skirt to relax very well. I'll mark my waist circumference. That is your new waistline, the one that you minused 2 inches from. Then that is what you'll be using for the waistline of your skirt. Then divide it and add your sewing allowance. Skirt. Mark my hip circumference divided by 4. Add my sewing allowance directly on the pattern. Now, here I'm going to mark my hip circumference divided by 4, and I'll minus 2 inches from it and mark, then add my sewing allowance. Now, whatever measurement I have here, I'll take it all the way to the lower part of this skirt. Now, after marking that, I'm going to place my ruler to connect. After I'm done connecting here, I'll go ahead to connect from the hip down to that point, and then connect from the hip to the upper part. Then I will go ahead to cut this out. So I'll use this front skirt pattern to trace out that of the back pattern. All you have to do is add a zipper allowance. So when I was cutting this, I added a zipper allowance in front of my skirt. So when I want to cut out the back, I will open it. So for my skirt pattern at the back, you can contour it by going in. So by going down by ½ inch, so that at the lacing at the back, the skirt won't be popping up.